What is up, y'all? So I am going to run a playback from Southwest Regional Qualifiers. Just kind of show you guys how the comp went, how I did, all the lifts, all that good shit. Just got the knee drained, got a shot, so I can start training here for Worlds because I did qualify. Your boy's going to Worlds, and it is a heavy motherfucking show. So. Partial tear on the meniscus again. Wasn't sure if there was any more damage like there was the last time. We didn't do an MRI. They just did some x-ray stuff and then drained it for me so I can get to training, because 7-8 weeks is not going to be enough time, or we're going to make it enough time because we're going to win this bitch. So we'll do a little voiceover of this comp, show you guys how it went, and start getting ready for this next motherfucking Worlds, and we're going to crush this bitch. So this is round one. This is a 235 pound axle clean and press away. And essentially the way this works is each competitor cleans from the floor, does a press. That's round one. You come out in round two, you have to clean from the floor, press. You can bring it down to your chest or the rack position and press your second rep. Third round is 3, 4, so on and so forth. First round came out, zero issue. Was able to strict press it. And my biggest fear with this was the clean. My shoulder mobility really sucks. And in training, I had a lot of issues hitting that clean. I would say probably 90% of the time I failed to clean. The press didn't give me any issues. It's just the mobility going from the hip up to the shoulder. Round two came out again. No real issue. Popped it up, 235 up once, 235 up twice. Again, strict pressing it. Any real issues. Moving forward, the next round, this is where things shifted, and thankfully I was able to regroup. But coming out in round three, I was feeling pretty good. Honestly, I was feeling really good. Like I said, the cleans were going real well. This was the first clean, however, that did not feel good. You'll see I get a little stumble forward after I clean it. I don't know what happened. It was just that right shoulder just had a little impingement. But no big deal. Went to press it and it just wasn't there. Had to use a little leg drive. Got the rep, and then he no counted me, which really fucked with my head. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got mad. I let the adrenaline start pumping a little too much. That should have been the end of my round, but I had to try and get it again, and I hit the wall. I was out of breath. I was pissed off. Wasn't quite sure what the hell happened. I did talk to him after the comp, and he said that my hand moved slightly before he gave me the down call, although it should have been a warning. So I can sit here and speculate all I want and say, oh yeah, I could have gone on and finished third or even second in that event. Watching the guy who finished first, I don't think I had any chance at all at finishing first. I mean, just being realistic about it. So that was a quick first event for me. Like I said, I ended up finishing last due to that. And there's just not much I can do about it. It took me a few minutes to collect myself and not be too pissed off. But I came out for the next event, which was a medley, steeplechase into farmers. So 220 pound bag, 20 feet over the bar, repick, 220 pound bag, 20 feet again over the bar. And then you had to pick and carry 245 pounds per hand, the full 40 feet of the course. And of course, this is timed. I had just gotten a tip on the farmers. You can see probably the first 4 or 5 steps I take. I was a little unsure, but once I got feeling it, it was good to go. Came out for event number 3, which is the deadlift. Again, I was pretty confident in this one. I knew I would place in the top 2. Right out of the gate, the guy that I'm battling right here is first. I'm in third at this point. We were kind of running you know, neck for neck. Got to that next step, and I pulled ahead. Once I got up to the final platform, I knew I was slightly ahead, and I definitely let myself relax too much. He was moving very fast, faster than I thought he was. At this point, I'm thinking I'm still ahead of him by a rep, so I stop to catch my breath, and this dude is a fucking animal, reaches down, bangs out 2 reps, and that's that. He ends up taking it. When I go to pull this last rep after taking a breath, I ran out of time before I could get it up to the top. So finished second. Again, he finished first, so then we come out to the bags. This one is another one I was a little nervous about. I didn't really have a whole lot of training with this. I didn't have a whole lot of reference as far as my height in training. So I was just kind of going in blind. The same guy that gave me the tip on the farmers actually gave me a tip for this, and it really worked. I let go of that first bag a little too early, but everybody was having trouble with these bags. Regrouped, grabbed it, and then it just started slinging them. I mean, they just started flying. So it was a very good event for me. In fact, I believe I'm the only one to hit the 40 pound, which if I'm not mistaken, which gave me the first place in this event. Moving really, really well. The last bag was 45 pounds, and it just, at this point, I was definitely tired. After the deads, my hips were definitely tight. And definitely feeling it, but I wasn't quitting until it was over. Either way, I got the first in this event, and at this point, I am in second place. First place and second place qualify. So I was feeling pretty good going into the last event. I knew all I had to do was either place second or place in front of him. That was pretty much a guarantee at that point that I would stay in the top 2. Once we came out, got a feel for the implement itself, which was essentially a cloth sled loaded up with 405 pounds. At this point, I had already kind of messed up the knee. I knew I messed it up on like the farmers and the bags, which is the same as the last competition. But it was fine. I didn't feel it, didn't really notice anything. And in this event, like I said, I knew I had to stay in a certain place. Going through at this point, I still hadn't felt nothing. The guy that went before us, at this point right here on this next turn, I knew I wasn't catching him, but I knew I had to stay in front of Eric. So when I hit this turn, this is the first time I truly felt it. The first 2 steps I took, and I thought it was my calf. I didn't realize it was my knee. It wasn't until actually after the comp. And at this point, when I look over and I see him struggling, I know I just have to keep moving. I don't have to try and go fast. I just have to beat him, and I stay in second. So there it is. That was the final moment. Like I said, I caught up, got past him, and I knew I just had to stay in front of him. And as long as I did that, I knew I was going to be good to go. So that said, all in all, it was a good comp. A few things that I definitely could have done better, but you know, such is life. I'm going into Worlds with more experience and ready to kick some fucking ass. So this was Remy, finished third. Dude had a lot of heart, man. Hurt his ankle, kept going, still ended up winning the last event. Here comes this chode walking out to get his second place. Again, just fully stoked, man. And to be presented my second place by Nick Guardione, who's a World's Strongest Man competitor, having one of my other judges be Austin Andrade. It just doesn't get much cooler than that. Like I said, at Nick, Austin, having Gabby there, the ADL team, the OSG guys, Owens Media. It was such a big step up from Texas Strongest Man as far as a a competition as a whole. The level of people, the way it was put on. I mean, just very organized, and it just is a real big eye opener to understanding what Worlds is going to be like. It's going to be a much larger stage, much stronger athletes. So, like I said, it's just going to be as much event-specific prep as I can possibly keep it, and just try to get as strong in those events as possible while not aggravating the knee too much, so I can go into Worlds and just blow that fucker out if I have to, you know. But just got to make it to that point. So I think I can manage that. There are a few things that I know are probably going to keep it a little sore, aggravated a little bit. For the most part, though, I think I can keep most of the shit out of it. You know, I don't necessarily have to do any runs anytime soon. I can do a lot of the frame stuff, you know, just for holds, just to get my grip up to par. I'm not too concerned with a 300-pound bag. As far as the pick and hold, it's just getting the footwork underneath there while, you know, moving with it. So I think as long as I can maintain the next 3 or 4 weeks, and just really push my deads and log without putting too much craziness on the knee, just keep it wrapped tight, you know, keep it really supported, I think I'll be okay. That, and I have to get familiar with the suit. I've never put one on, so I've got one. I'm gonna give that fucker a try, and that's that, man. Fucking road to Worlds. Here we fucking come. Hell or high water, I'm making it. I'm competing, and my plan is not to finish last. That's for sure. Goal is absolutely top 10, so I can compete all 3 days. How much further I go from there, I don't know, but me being who I am, I'm going for fucking gold. So all or nothing, baby. Let's fucking get this shit.